How lucky are we to start our mornings here with the pups?
Yeah, this is cool.
There's no one at the beach because no one wakes up early, which is nice. And it just feels so beautiful to be able to run around with them, play with them. It's also really nice in the mornings because the beach dogs are still sleeping, so we don't have to worry too much about whether there's one that's gonna get territorial or not. They mostly are perfectly fine, and they're really nice to humans, but just in case, because we have just 2 small pups, we're taking care of 2 small pups, we have to be a bit more careful. But in the mornings, we have the beach all to ourselves.
Someone will need a cleaning again.
I do feel like we have toddlers because we have to come to the beach with these big bags with like the water, the poop bags, the towels, the camera gear, etc., etc. And then when we get home, we have to bathe them because they're just covered head to toe in sand because they've had so much fun. It's like having children. It's our version of having children. So in case you're new here, we absolutely adore animals, but we cannot have pets of our own because we also love moving and discovering new places, traveling, just getting around the world. So we found the perfect solution, which is house sitting whenever we can. Right now we're in Thailand, in the beautiful island of Koh Tao, where we're spending the summer snorkeling, going to the beach, and a lot of other things, but that is the romanticized version of it. And we're taking care of these 2 beautiful girls who we absolutely adore. We're so in love with them. They're really fun, and spending most of our time taking them on adventures and making sure they have the best summer possible. But because we adore animals, we are also, when traveling, trying to look out for the stray population. If we see any dire cases that we can help out with, we try to do our best. And in Koh Tao, something really surprising was that we didn't really see that many dogs in need. The main beach, Seri Beach, has some beach dogs, but they all seem to be really well fed and in great condition. They're also sterilized, neutered, I meant neutered. And going around the island, we haven't seen dogs hurt on the road, mamas struggling to feed their puppies. There's just been no dire cases around. So I knew there had to be a rescue responsible for this, because if there's no problem with the pup population, there's someone doing some amazing work to take care of them. And it's true, there is an amazing tiny little rescue here in Koh Tao that we want to share with you, so you can see how much good one person can do. Let's go.
So let's start with a tour, shall we?
Let's go say good morning. Good morning. Hi, cutie.
Good morning, babies. Hi. Oh my God, so gentle, so sweet. How are you, baby? How are you? You're such a cutie. I love you so much.
This is Lara. She has taken it upon herself to tackle the issue of stray, abused and abandoned dogs in Koh Tao by starting Koh Koh Pups in 2020.
Hi, I'm Lara. I am the founder of Koh Koh Pups Dog Rescue here in Koh Tao.
How did you get started with this work?
By accident. Yeah, so this all started in 2020, the animal clinic, just as the COVID has started. We're looking for someone to help them with their social media, and that's when I offered my services because I work as a photographer and videographer. So I wanted to get more involved because I'd spent a lot of time at the animal clinic when my dog had got really sick, and that's when I realised that there actually was a far further reaching dog issue on the island that I hadn't been aware of before. That's when I started to take photographs and put them on the animal clinic and the community board, dogs that had been dumped during COVID time by people that had lived on the island and were no longer here because they no longer had jobs. And it kind of snowballed from there. So it had started as a government project, but I felt that the island deserved to have kind of more of a dedicated system where somebody actually was proactively catching dogs, trying to neuter them, offering, like it says, free neutering to people that couldn't necessarily afford it or didn't know that that was the done thing. And if there was puppies born, trying to get them homes and trying to get them situations so we could stop this kind of constant flow of stray dogs.
Finding a suitable location for a rescue is always challenging. The saying, third time's the charm, became true here.
This is your 3rd location, no?
3rd location now, yeah. Hopefully our final. Don't necessarily want to move again. That would be really annoying.
Koh Koh Pups is now located in a huge plot of rented land with tons of potential.
This place is just perfect for the rescue, huh?
And what makes this spot perfect for a rescue is also what puts other people off wanting to settle here. It's located next to the island's very noisy diesel-engined power station. This means that, yeah, sure, it's a bit noisy.
The generator cars are generating today. My God, they're loud. I forget every time I come back. I don't know. One of the two.
But also that the dogs can bark and run and get up to their shenanigans without bothering anyone.
We started up at the dump. We're 5 kgs, literally in the middle of a trash mountain. And now we're in kind of hopefully what's going to be a jungle paradise where the dogs have got plenty of room to roam around and have wonderful times.
And let me tell you, Lara has some big plans for the space.
This area over here is intended to be the future training ground. It will be fenced off and volunteers will be able to bring the pups here to teach them how to sit, run the course and any other skills that are useful to make the pups more adaptable in the future. This whole area over here is going to serve as a little cafe and shop to support the rescue. So people will be able to come here, grab a drink, grab a Koh Koh Pups t-shirt, play with the dogs, train them, and be witness to the wonderful work going on here. And here, the forest is where the pups can run free. You're having fun? Is it fun to run around? Ah, you're lucky to have so much land. Woo! Now they can run through the whole property, but in the future, since different areas will be fenced off, this will be the dedicated space for running wild. You don't see it from this angle, but the land actually goes up and around and is really, really massive. However, it's overgrown. The deeper you go in this jungle, the more dense it becomes, which means it's very difficult for the pups to run through, and also there's a lot of mosquitoes. So the goal is to slowly cut back some of the brush, leave only the main trees, so it becomes a huge maze for the pups to have fun. There's a volunteer working in there and the pups always love to check in. Hi babies! Hi, you also checking on my work? Yeah, I promise I'm trying my best. I hope this video is good and we got lots of donations. So as more and more land is cleared by volunteers, the pups will get to enjoy larger bits of forest to just go crazy. And depending on how the clearing works go, they might even create some paths here in this property to walk the pups around. The brilliant thing of dividing up this land and designating different parts of it for different uses is that when it's all ready, the pups will be able to spend much more time outside their cages. Right now, Lara comes every single morning and afternoon to let them out in turn so they can run around and enjoy themselves. All of them get a turn. It's so cool being here, working and seeing the pups run around, having so much fun. And they also get to go on long walks around the island depending on the volunteers that come to take them out. But in the future, on days that there's more volunteers, because it does fluctuate here, there will be some pups that will be training in an area, other pups that will be running around, some pups that will be going on walks, and that just means that they'll be spending a lot more time having fun. You're part of the change, but you must have seen a huge change here in Koh Tao with the animal population, no?
Yeah, I mean, when we first started this, if you went up to the dump, there was 200, almost 300 dogs there. If you go up there now, there's actually none. We rehomed all the puppies. Unfortunately, a lot of them died. They don't live very long up there. Quite a few of them were poisoned, and then any of the other ones, they all kind of just went off in little packs into the jungle, and they've never really been necessarily seen again. I was quite happy somebody took a picture of a pack of dogs that were much further up the hill from the dump, and it'd been a pack of dogs that I'd been feeding for 2 years. They'd been pushed out of the dump. They said the dump's become quite an industrial place and there's a lot going on. It's no longer somewhere where dogs would want to live. So I'm glad that they're still flourishing and getting on, but we neutered them all.
Yeah.
We neutered all the girls, and that's one of the reasons the number is reduced as well, because we neutered all the females, so there should be no more of them. If you just, like I said, actively do something for a short period of time, you make such a big difference, and it does filter down through the years. A number that was going 200, 300, 400, 500, that's what if we had done something about it, and now there's none. I think there's less dogs if you go on the beach. There's definitely less beach dogs, less feral beach dogs. But
and all the animals I've seen, they're in pretty good condition.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have like skinny, unfed dogs, and we kind of going the other way. We have quite a lot of fat dogs. We have dogs that could do with a little bit of a jog and a diet. I don't think we struggle as an island. There is not a dog problem, there's a people problem. And I said I could neuter every single dog on the island, and in 6 months' time, there will still be a stream of puppies because somebody will bring a dog to the island and not neuter it. And there's a demand for puppies. So there's always going to be a certain level of puppies, but you need to decrease the number. But I've definitely seen in the last 10 years, there is a lot less dogs. And if you my friend who's lived here a lot longer than that says you couldn't walk down the beach. You couldn't walk down Syrie Beach without big packs of dogs chasing you and stuff. So the situation is always improving, but we'll see in the next couple of years as the population of Koh Tao continues to rise and more tourists are here, we are seeing an influx of new dogs and puppies. So we are trying to offer free neutering and trying to get in contact with those people and reduce the numbers. But hopefully we'll get supported by the government and the community at large to kind of bring in some kind of laws. Even if they're not necessarily official laws, they're more kind of like the law of the land, as a community agreement that says we'll try and do our best to keep the numbers low.
It's actually not that often that we visit a rescue whilst traveling, huh?
We've done it a couple of times before. We often rely on rescues and vets to help when we see an animal in really dire circumstances. And we always do our best to not put too much pressure on them because they're already overloaded with work. It's not good enough to come as a tourist and just be like, there's a dog here, and then not care at all. Like, we try to donate, we try to help. But now here that we have more time, it feels really good to be able to actually dedicate our days to this, some days to this, and to film it and to show it properly and hopefully get Lara some very deserved help. Because this place is cool. Oh my God, look how much progress. That is amazing.
Like the moment I got it, like I was like, ah. Then like it started to come like here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ah. And now I feel like pumped.
Yeah, it's a big win. Okay, did amazing. Look at this. It doesn't look like much, but this was all stone, and now there's a huge gap with mud in the middle. We still need to do a lot, like a lot. But to be doing it with just hand tools, I think this is progress. Shall we go home? We're gonna go try snorkel. The sun's out. The prediction is that it's gonna rain, but let's try our best.
I want to see my turtle.
I look tired.
My turtle. I want to see a turtle.
Never mind going to another beach because it looks too wavy to snorkel, so the water will be murky. Let's try find another part of the island. Girl drove into a bush. She's fine.
I wish I drove in a bush, not a wall.
Yeah. She just went directly into a bush.
Shouldn't have.
She's fine. She's fine. Come to the other side of the island with somebody new. Go down. The brake working?
It's not ideal.
Entryway to this new beach we're trying is beautiful and green. Ooh, cool. This is lovely. Wow. Look at that. Little beach there.
So the other beach we normally take the dogs to is there around the corner. This is where all the boats go after. We can see it.
Yeah, you can tell this one's popular with the boats. That's really cool. Let's hope we see nice stuff. The water is much calmer on this side, so it's already worth it doing the switch. Switcheroo. Happy?
On what side? It's completely flat, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here, so I'm guessing you see cool stuff.
They are not, because everyone is scaring everything up.
No, it's fine. We read that on that side there's a sunken scooter. You're gonna look for it?
We can try.
Show the people.
Oh, my face looks terrible. And already some time has passed. I put the goggles really tight so that they wouldn't fog up as much, which worked. But I got a really bad headache instead. Anyway, this beach is really nice, huh?
Yeah. Not my favorite.
No, not my favorite. Like, there's a lot of people compared to the other places. But the coral life is beautiful. I think it's the best so far. The fish, the least fishies, I would say. But playful.
Yeah, very playful.
As soon as you walk in, there's these fishies that all come up to you, and it's just so cool. I loved it. But yeah, it's been nice to have a snorkeling day, because between editing a lot, like you spend a couple of days editing and helping the rescue and the bad weather, there's been quite a lot of storms, and spending time with the pups who are house sitting, we haven't had the chance to snorkel in many days. I just feel very grateful to have been able to come here today and seen some fishies and enjoy them.
So busy.
So this beach
So
is
many people.
so many
It's crazy.
boats. So many boats and so many people in the water. Look at the water. I don't know if you see. There are all the boats. There's people all over there, like head. And then if you go over to this side, head. So many people. That's why I'm surprised the coral looks so nice.
Yeah.
The coral also depends on the bays to survive, but the bays are all occupied by people and private resorts and stuff, which, yeah, it's kind of sad. I wish there were bays where there was nothing and the turtles and the coral and the sharks could just be.
Yeah, there's no people allowed to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if like it meant like us missing out on it, I don't care. Like, as long as they would have their own spots to thrive, I would love that. But I think almost everything on this island is taken. No?
Yeah.
You look so low energy. What's up?
Well, I swam like around the whole thing, and then I swam with you, and I came back. Like, I haven't, like, I'm high as
Okay, so no more talking. That was just a little update, but we've enjoyed this morning. I've enjoyed this morning a lot.
There was a school behind that rock. It was too far for Wale, and it was also really deep. Millions of fish. I don't think I captured it because it was quite dark. The sun was not out, but it was so cool. I've never seen that.
I'm broken. I'm in paradise, really enjoying it.
It's a workout. It's a workout this holiday.
Really
it's a workout.
enjoying it, but my body, ooh. Oh, let me put myself on this hot stone for a bit. This is like a therapy. 8 a.m. We're here
Let's go.
to help out, hopefully. How is the job site? It's looking good.
It didn't progress much. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, that one's tough. Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna get to walk very soon. Don't worry.
We all take turns.
I'm just sad your owners didn't come for you, but you're such a cutie. You'll get adopted. Yeah, you'll get adopted.
Yeah, we saw you when you came in the other day. That was a new thing happening.
Yeah. I mean, we don't tend to get too many new dogs, thankfully. We don't take every dog in. Like, as for example, Dave was dumped on the beach, pretty sure. We don't necessarily know who did it. We have suspicions, but I don't necessarily have a system in place that I'm able to go and have someone make them accountable. But then also, it's not really sure what that means. Do we force them to take a dog back that they're not necessarily wanting to care for? Because there's no systems in place where they might necessarily maybe potentially fine them. Or, you know, it says there's no consequences. So it just comes down to whether I want to leave the dog on the beach and it'll find its own way, or do I want to bring it up here? But because he's quite a young dog, and as you can see, pretty well socialized and has definitely lived in a home and used to people, that it doesn't really feel fair to him in the long run to let him just become a beach dog. Where he is a smaller one, he's more likely to get bullied a little. And we've already got a little contingency of dogs on the beach. I mean, he's a perfect little size. He's well behaved. I think he's pretty adoptable little dog. So
Yeah, with your small legs and your long body.
But Maggie was the same. She was also dumped on the beach at the same bit, but she was different. We neutered her and put her back out on the beach with the other little boy who was like that exact same shape as Dave here. we neutered them both and put them back out on the beach because I felt that they were more likely to find a situation that was better for them rather than me bringing them up to the rescue and just hoping that someone was going to discover them. And that's exactly what's happened. The little boy's been adopted by a Spanish couple on the island, and Maggie is going to America this month.
And she's just waiting for everything to be finalized and start her new life, which is really, really exciting. Right, Maggie? Are you going to look at me? No.
It depends on the dog, the situation, their demeanor. Can you use the word demeanor for a dog? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
In the last 5 years, coming up for 5 years, we've had over 200 adopted, either here on the island or abroad. We've sent a lot of dogs to Canada, the UK, Germany being our main ones. But yeah, they're all over the planet now.
This brown variety of local street dogs is the most common. Hi bear. Hi bear. And therefore the least popular because locals just don't find them exotic enough. But I think they look so cool. You look so cool. Tell the people you're pretty. Show the people your pretty face. Not that looks make a dog more valuable or not. They're all beautiful beings that deserve love, regardless of how they look.
These dogs are so adorable, huh?
They're all so cute, yeah.
They're so cute. All of them.
Yeah.
I love Tiger the most. I do have a preference. But that's because I'm chopping the stone and he's just sitting there chilling with me. I riled Tiger up, sorry.
The camera is scary. I understand.
Tiger
a lot of
is
dogs
upset
find the
with me.
camera scary.
It's like, why are you doing this to me? I got lickies the whole morning and now he's like, I don't like you anymore. So every dog has its own plaque, all the dogs that are in the cages, and it tells the story about the dog, so you have a bit more information. And the info about Tiger that they have is that Tiger was actually owned by a family that kept him on a chain in the garden. Koh Koh Pups was already feeding him for a year, I think. And at a certain point they saw that Tiger had a wound that got infected around his neck because of the chain. And they managed to let the family surrender him to the rescue to take care of the wound and basically give him a better home. So now he's here. I hope he gets adopted because he's super cute.
He's a bit scared at first.
He's super, he was scared the first day, but since then, every time I come, and I'm very big, so dogs are a bit scared of me, every time I come, he's so chill. He licks my hand, he's very nice to me. I love him. But yeah, I bring the camera close to him and he freaks out. Oh, that's a camera. Cameras are scary. Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry.
Hi, Tiger. It's okay.
Cameras are scary. But he's very nice.
It's a
I like
sweetheart.
him a lot. Do you want to come say hi to me now? See? Are you less see? Hi, see? Yes. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Yeah, I think Tiger will make a great pet for someone who loves him. It's he comes off a bit unsure, but it's really the first 5 minutes, and then he's so chill. He's gonna be such a cool pet to someone. Huh? Yeah. He also has the cutest ears, so cute.
When I volunteered with the animal clinic, I didn't know that it was going to become this. So I wanted to help, but I didn't know it was going to become a fully fledged rescue. So
Yeah, you have no experience with doing this type of work before, do you?
no. I said I grew up with a dog, and when I came to the island, I decided to adopt a dog, and then another, and then another. So I said it's kind of just been this kind of uphill learning curve. And just kind of anytime somebody asked for help or if a dog needed help, I said yes. I really like animals. I think they need all the help they can get.
There's 2 big sections of cages to house the dogs. One is over here and the other one is right around this corner. This area here was all flattened by an excavator, but they couldn't get rid of this huge rock. So that has to go by hand. Oh my God, babe. You've taken so much out.
It was her.
It was her?
No,
Wow.
But she had already cut it.
Yeah, but you pushed it out. Yeah, she's strong.
She
Man.
is a badass.
Wait, say that again.
Wow, she is a badass. She's really a badass.
Because there's going to be a corridor put in front of the dogs' cages so that they don't get triggered as much by each other when one gets let out. That's a huge source of jealousy, seeing who's getting to walk at which moment. So blocking that from the sight of the rest will be really helpful. And that's something I've actually learned here. Visual barriers are really important because they're super calm and quiet. The only moment all the dogs get riled up and start barking is when they see each other doing fun things and then they're jealous. This is how they egg each other on. Hi. Oh, sorry. Let's go around. Come. Let's not trigger the others. Hi, baby. Hi. Is it your time for a walk? Which I understand, because you're in there and you're like, wait, he's walking? Why is he walking? And then you start barking, and then it becomes really loud. The rest of the time, they're super chill. They're really, really nice. Like, we're here working and they don't bother us at all. They're not barking, they're not doing anything. They're super sweet. What is something really unexpected that came with having a rescue that you didn't think of before?
I didn't realise how little of the dogs would actually be involved in the dog rescue. I spend most of my time fixing fences, fixing cages, cutting down jungle, digging trenches. I said it's all maintenance and gardening and making their area good for them. Whereas it says that, I mean, the dogs are actually the most low maintenance part of this in a lot of ways. It says that, and thankfully now that I've got this big area that they can walk around and wander around, so that it says I don't necessarily have to focus all my attention on their walk. But yeah, as I said, like 90% of the work here is not dog related.
Yeah.
The actual dog and dog training and stuff's the part that I want to get to and spend more time on, but at the moment it's just constant hole digging.
It's all really well organized here. Lara has list of all the dogs, what they've eaten, what walks they've gone on, and all the grooming things, the balls, the toys, the harnesses, everything is labeled in boxes. Yeah, she runs a tight ship here all by herself, but it's really good.
We also cannot stress enough how impressive it is that she set this all up. Like, she found the place, she found the rescue, built all these cages. She didn't build it herself, but like, she organized all this, had this whole plan. She has this whole plan of what to do next. And Ali has already talked about it, but that's so impressive. It's so impressive. Like, you cannot imagine all the work that goes in this, all the thinking, all the planning, all the blah, 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 blah. It's just so much work. People don't realize that. They are like, oh, it's just dogs, they're in cages, blah, blah, blah. But it's
yeah, she's dedicating her life to this. And she hates people putting her up on a pedestal.
Yeah, we noticed that already.
She gets a bit upset when you give her too many compliments, because I understand it. She says, like, people try to portray it as a superhero, like someone external does the really good work because they're special. And she's like, it's not about being special. I didn't know how to do all this work prior. I just show up. It's about showing up, and I show up every day, and that's how things get done. And I think that's a really beautiful sentiment. It's just about showing up. You don't have to have any prior knowledge. You don't have to have any, except you don't have to have a huge budget. You don't have to have things figured out. You just have to show up day after day and try and make a difference, because it ends up working out.
But Lara is a beast, like, really. It's not to put a feather up her butt. It's like we say that in the Netherlands. But like, she is such a hard-working person. She's every time, in the morning, in the afternoon, just working. Every time I come, she's already doing things. Every time I leave, she's still there doing things. It's just crazy.
What does a typical week look like for you? Is there such a thing as a typical week?
Typical week, I mean, it is very much a bit of Groundhog Day. Every day is like, I come here at 8 o'clock in the morning. The dogs do this, we walk around, but I mean, there will be things like today we took Dave for a shower. He's gone from looking like a very grey dog to a creamy one. Yeah.
Did you get your bath?
You're all clean.
Did you get your bath?
You're all clean.
But in general, yeah, every day is kind of the same. But it's also because we're in the early stages of building the place. So I am in a system of like the dogs walk around the rescue while I'm cutting down trees, cutting holes and stuff like this. Little break, and then all the visitors come in the afternoon. But I mean, yeah, I like the days when something a bit different comes up. Like there's a dog I need to go and pick up on the beach because it's been dumped, or there's been a dog that's hurt and I need to go give medicine or whatever. I much prefer doing that because you actually feel like you're making a difference in a lot of ways. I know I am here when I'm walking the dogs and everything, and like my main goal is to get these dogs into loving homes. So I should probably put more work and attention into that. But yeah, I kind of feel like I like the instant gratification of going out and actually giving medicine to a dog, or rescuing a dog, or finding it a home or whatever. That is more appealing. But thankfully, in a lot of ways, that doesn't happen very too often. So it is. But in general, my daily is walking dogs. We just walk.
And working really hard here on physical stuff.
Yes.
All the people that are just working tirelessly to help animals, they're cool people. Cool people. Huh? Bear? Hi. cutie. You were just outside. We just played outside. You're so cute. So cute.
I have far-reaching hopes and dreams, let's call it. It's just that I want to move forward from Koh Koh Pups and be able to make more of an impact in Thailand and hopefully the rest of the world. So.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that. What do you want and hope for the future?
Well, I mean, I hope Koh Koh Pups is able to be basically self-sufficient, that we have visitors and I'll be able to kind of have it running in a certain way, and we'll be able to work with the community on Koh Tao and the government so that we're able to bring down the overall dog numbers, so that it says eventually we would get to the point that there is less of a flow of new dogs and pups being brought to the island in the breeding. So once that's happened, I'd love to be able to potentially expand to other places that are in need, not necessarily to build another rescue, but what has happened, people have come up here to help me, or friends have been traveling and they've gone other places and they've been like, oh, they don't have a vet, or they don't have a dog rescuer, they don't have anybody, like even just an individual dog rescuer that's able to help out. So I'd love to be able to find those places that are in need and maybe have like kind of like outhouse, so there's somebody that they've got medicine for the dog's mange and ticks and fleas, and potentially even be able to send them vaccinations and stuff, so they're able to care for their dogs in their community. And that means that they would just have to reach out to other vets, and we'd be able to organise
like a network.
Basically, yeah, building our network. It doesn't necessarily have to be like concrete structures in places and whatever, but building a network of people that actually have the support. I think that's the most major thing. I've noticed that people are wanting to do something, but they don't have either the financial or the know-how and the experience of being able to do it. And I think that's a very simple thing to do, as long as there's somebody to be like, oh, well, you know, I'll provide you with the medicine and tell you how to do it, etc. So,
yeah, a lot of the basic medicine can already help a big part of the population of dogs, and also neutering is such an important initiative.
Yeah, I mean, it says like the number, like the whole capture, neuter, release situation is definitely a massive help in reducing the stray dog population, trying to encourage people that have got owned pets to neuter their dogs and not add to the number of dogs.
How do you fund an operation like Koh Koh Pups?
How do I fund it?
Yeah, how?
All right. It's all donations. So it's people that come to the rescue and visit, and they give donations. It's either cash or food. They can bring treats and food for us, and we've got a whole box of toys and everything. We have supporters that we've been able to gain online, so through like Instagram and Facebook and things like that. So that is the social media side of it. It's the biggest part, really, as well. I feel it's so important. I can't imagine if you're a dog rescue and you're not on social media. I would imagine that you're really struggling.
Yeah.
Unless there must be other avenues that people can get by. I don't know if.
Yeah, but here it's all donations.
It's all donations. And well, and my money as well. The little I have of it.
You invested back in the rescue.
Yeah.
Because you have a side job as well to be able to.
Yeah, I mean, I said I don't take any money from the rescue. I don't pay myself a wage or anything. I do this because I want to do it and I like doing it. It's not a job, but I said it's not like I'm at the point where I'm earning enough in donations that I would be able to give myself a wage. But as I said, I don't want it to be about that. I'm trying to keep costs as low as possible, so if there's a job I can do myself, I will do it, so I don't have to pay a worker or whatever. Or if I have materials like the fence that I built out of all the trees that I'd cut down, so that was for free. Just took my time and energy to do it, but it saved me a lot in materials. So there are definitely, I try to make things as cheap as possible and try to make do. I kind of hope, I feel like if I all of a sudden won the lottery, I would still hopefully have that whole mentality. I wouldn't just be throwing cash at stuff and getting it done.
A lot of amazing work has taken place already, but much more needs to be done. If you're curious of how you can help, well, there's multiple options. If you come to Koh Tao, you're welcome to come tour the rescue center, see it for yourself every day at 3 p.m. except Sundays. They're closed on Sundays. The way to do that is just to contact Lara through Facebook or Instagram on the Koh Koh Pups account and let her know which day you want to come and how many people. If you come here, you can help feed the pups, let them out on the property, and do manual labor like getting rid of the big rock and clearing out the forest. That's all different tasks that can be done here in the rescue directly. But there's also many other things you can do. Like, for example, you can take the pups on a whole day out of fun. That's such an amazing opportunity for these dogs to get out of here, explore the island, just get socialized and used to different environments, and you also get to have fun with them. Lara makes sure that all the pups are trained to go on the scooter, so you're ready to just come pick one up and take it wherever you want. You can also come here and take them on big walks around this area. She'll let you know where to go. And of course, cash donations are always welcome, but you can also go to the nearby animal clinic to buy food, treats, dog toys, etc. for the rescue directly there. And you can also buy the Koh Koh Pups t-shirt to support. Koh Koh Pups works really closely with the Koh Tao Animal Clinic. They're collaborators, and together they medicate, vaccinate and sterilize a lot of the pups of the island. The Koh Tao Animal Clinic also takes care of the cat population of the island, and you can come here to get food, treats and merch to support the amazing work they're doing here and in the animal rescue. In Koh Tao as well, there's different events around the year that help support the rescue, so keep an eye out for that because you can always help. Like yesterday, for example, I bought this short secondhand and all the proceeds are directly coming here.
The only second-hand market on the whole island, and Ali found it.
But if you're not in Koh Tao and still want to help this place specifically, there's always the option of donating through PayPal. We're going to leave all the details in the description and you can go check out their website, their Instagram, their Facebook and help as you see fit. Okay, cool. Anything else you want to tackle, talk about, tell the people?
I said definitely support your local rescue. No, you don't have to necessarily support me, but if you've got a rescue in your town, your city, where you're from, absolutely give your donations and go down and offer to help walk them. We all need, every single rescue in the world needs help. So if you can't help me, at least help one of them. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's it. That's good enough. Okay. Bye-bye, puppios. See you soon. See you soon.